Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone, and welcome to class number 6 in our series. And I just want to say how much I love my Thursdays alone in my basement, and for whoever shows up to class live. And I understand if you can't 100%, I'm just thrilled to be able to send you the link and hope that it works for you to do it 2 or 3 times during the week, because the more we practice on a regular basis, the more stimulus we're giving our tissues, the more adaptation we're causing in our tissues, the more progress we're going to make, the more capacities we're going to grow, the better we're going to feel the difference in our bodies. So hopefully by having this collection now, this will be number 6 of classes. If you've been with me before, you probably have some from before. There's more on YouTube as well. Hoping that with this collection that we're building, that you'll be able to have quite a bit of variation to choose from. They all have a common theme, stability and strength, and there's different ways to get there. I try to mix it up and keep it interesting. So on that note, I'm going to do something which is quite unusual in a yoga class. I'd like to start standing tonight rather than seated on our backs. And if this doesn't appeal to you, I certainly invite you to have a seat or go on your back. We'll try it standing. I'm going to do it standing, offer it standing, but whatever way you want to do this is, of course, perfectly and beautifully individual. So just finding our center. Let's close down the eyes. See how that feels to close down the eyes while standing. Lifting up through our heart, tall through our crown, and feeling into the feet on the floor. I often like to begin with foot rolling. So if you're doing this on the recording and you have access to an old tennis ball or a yoga tune-up ball, we can prelude this by putting a ball under the feet, rolling into the sole of the feet, finding all the corners there. I may lead that in one of our upcoming sessions. And then after the feet are rolled through, just finding our balance on both feet. So let's sink into that feeling of our feet on the floor, checking in with our body standing this time. How does it feel standing? Are we able to find a sense of centeredness, a sense of middle, a sense of balance from side to side? Is there any part of your body that feels a little stiff or resistant in the moment? Any grumpiness or discomfort? Noticing any and all of that. Embracing all of it. Loving all of it. Let's check in on how we're feeling as we begin our time together this evening. Anything happen in your day or evening or these past days that have been unsettling, that might be kind of residing in your tissues, that you'd like to perhaps set down, set aside? Again, noticing, embracing every corner of our psyche and our soul, the dark sides, the shiny sides. And as we're standing here or sitting, if that's your choice, I invite you to set your personal intention for our practice together. Now, feeling into the soles of our feet, noticing all 10 toes on the earth, especially our big toe, our great toe, rooted down, the great toe mound, feeling around to the 5th toe, down the sides of the feet, the outsides of the feet, around the heel. And depending on how your arches are, you may feel a lot of your arch on the floor, you may feel very little. Just whatever contact you have with the floor with your foot, sensing into that, the sensation. And now let's kind of rock our way a little bit over towards the balls of our feet, keeping the knees unlocked and noticing any little minor adjustments that your body's making as we tilt slightly forward, ever so slightly. Then let's kind of come back through our center and rock ever so slightly onto our heels. Again, noticing any little micro adjustments. Are you able to stay tall and lifted? Or does your body kind of want to shift a little bit, your pelvis dump? Let's take that centering back through the middle of the foot, to the bounds of the toes. Noticing any extra pressure on your toes to keep you balanced and stable. Knees are unlocked. And then again, finally, again through center to the heels, taking our weight a little further back. Noticing if you're able to stay lifted and tall and open. And then coming to the place that feels centered for you. Finding your middle. Rooting through the feet. Inviting that rooted sensation to travel up your legs, your shins, your calves, over on top of your knees, up through your thighs, the back of your legs, up into your pelvis. And from here, can we continue to reach tall right through the center of our bodies, through our heart space, out through the crown of our head, connecting with the energy of the universe, spirit, God, divine, higher power, rooted firmly to earth, and also reaching skyward. Opening up our heart space, and the shoulders drop down and back. Now, perhaps taking one hand to your belly, just resting over your belly button. Other hand can join it, or it can float up to your chest area or your solar plexus, whatever feels natural with hands on your body. I'm going to lead you through a counted breath. I'll explain it first. We'll breathe in over 4 counts. I'll do the counting. We'll inhale, kind of timing that breath evenly over the 4 counts. We'll pause. We won't hold our breath as such. We'll simply wait, sustain that for 7 counts. And then we'll exhale by adding a sound like a snake, the sibilant S, through 8 counts, and then we'll relax. So again, we're inhaling for 4, pausing, sustaining for 7, exhaling on the S for 8, and then releasing completely. So let's take a few of those. I'll guide you through it. I'll do the counting. Are we ready? Hands on your body, where they're comfortable, feeling into your feet, open through your heart space, tall through your crown. Here we go. We'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax and breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. One more. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and relax. Feeling your breath, rising and falling, noticing where you're feeling the expansion. Is it in your belly, around your sides, lower back? Is it more up in between your ribs or your chest? Just noticing. Are you able to take a long, full, deep breath after that timed breath, using your hands wherever it feels nourishing? And now just take a couple on your own time and use your hands to place gently on any part of your body where you feel you might be holding some grief or some tension, some worry, some pain. wherever you feel you may be holding that which doesn't serve you. Breathing into those areas. And when we move this exhale, sending the energy of the S right into those tissues to heal and soothe and calm. Let's take a couple more breaths in your own time. Lovely. Feeling back into the feet. Let's release the arms down and we'll inhale them up. Beautiful. Reach up with the arms. Inhale up. Turning fingertips to earth. Exhale down. Some sun breath standing. Inhale up. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale. Fingers to the earth. One more. Inhale. Beautiful. Reach skyward. Maybe the gaze goes with it. Exhale down. And we'll breathe up one more time. This time we'll take a twist to the right side. Wrap your arms around you for a big hug. For now, just keep your pelvis centered to the front and take a bit of a twist, noticing what's available, looking to the side. And then let's let our pelvis turn too. So take your pelvis with you. Feet are rooted on the floor. Both knees and feet are doing the same thing. They're balanced. They're both on the floor. Seeing where this twist takes you. Getting tall, feeling your big toe mounds on the floor, looking over that shoulder. And let's release that and bring the hands skyward for an inhale. Exhale, we'll twist gently to the other side. For now, keep your hips center forward. Just take that twist in your heart space, your cervical spine, your upper spine. And then let's let the pelvis follow and notice how much rotation you get and where you feel it. We're tall, our jaws relaxed, and we feel our feet on the floor. Big, deep, beautiful breaths. Let's do one more each side. Inhaling up to center with the arms. Exhaling, taking a full twist. If your pelvis wants to go with you, let it follow. Look at doing one giant shoulder check, actually. And then we'll breathe hands up to center again. Reach skyward. Twisting to our second side with whatever twist feels lovely. Lead with your heart. Notice where you're feeling the rotation. Stay tall and relax your jaw. Inhaling up to center. Let's interlace the fingers up there. Turn the palms of the hands to the ceiling and reach skyward. Getting tall, knees are unlocked. Press upwards, tuck your chin a little bit, and try to pull your hands apart. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale to reach taller. Exhale, tip a little to the right side, gaze floating up. Pull your hands apart and press your big toes down. Look upwards, beyond that elbow, through your ceiling. Up through the middle on the inhale. Exhale, tipping other side. Keep pulling your hands apart. Let your gaze float upwards. Big toes are rooted. Breathing fully. So nice. One more breath. Up to center. Great. Let's reach down and grab a block. You need to put me on pause to go grab a block or a thickish book. That works too. Pillow's too soft. We need to have something to resist against. When you come back, we're going to this time put the block between the calves. I often lead us putting it up between the thighs. Tonight, last week we put it down by the feet. This week we'll pop it between the calves. Notice, as always, how the block between feet, calves, or thighs brings the feet to a beautiful parallel position. Okay, let's explore this position. Our knees are always unlocked. We're rooting those toes down. Think of dialing the feet and knees away from each other as you squeeze into the block. Let's roll those shoulders back, spin palms slightly forward. Tuck your chin, get tall, maybe tighten your glute muscles. Breathing. It's a beautiful active Tadasana pose, mountain pose. We're stable, we're rooting into the earth, we're tall, majestic at our crown. Let's release that activation. It's quite strong. Wiggle it out a couple of times and we'll turn it back on. Beginning at the feet, rooting those big toes down. Let's dial feet and knees away from each other as you squeeze into that block, spinning palms forward. Lift your heart, tall through the crown, tuck your chin, and breathe. Maybe tightening into your glute muscles if you like. Breathing. From here, let's sit in a chair. We'll bring arms forward above our heads. Just take your bottom down like you're sitting in a chair or on a stool. Doesn't matter how low we go. What we're doing is staying rooted to the earth, keeping the big toes rooted. The feet are dialing out. We're squeezing into that block. We're breathing. Lovely chair pose. Inhale to reach tall. Extend it. We'll exhale to take our chair again. Squeeze into that block between your calves. Beautiful, beautiful. Press into your feet. You can also think of trying to pull the heels into one another. That's another way to think of this activation. Breathing here. Let's reach skyward. Take palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Take a twist to your right side. Your left elbow is down. Your right elbow is up. Squeeze into the block. A twisted chair. You can really feel the breath into the back here. When we're bent over, scrunched over, we can feel the breath, the expansion more. I love to feel into that. Breathing into back and belly. Squeeze into your block. Keep your toes rooted. And we'll breathe that up to center. Big reach skyward to our center or middle. Second side, exhale. Twist the second side. One elbow up, one elbow down. Toes are rooted. They're pressing down. Squeeze the block. Breathe. One more breath. And from here, we'll come back up to a chair. We're going to do some chair breaths. I'll do it slow motion first. We inhale as we reach. We exhale, draw the hands down. I like to make a fist to get a little more action there as the knees bent. So this is the exhale position. We inhale to reach up. Exhale, down. Just pick up the feet on that. I like to do a Ujjayi breath personally. A kind of Darth Vader breath at your own tempo here. Keep squeezing the block. How about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just stand still. Close down the eyes, get tall, and feel. Is your heart rate a little elevated? Feel the blood pumping? Do you feel sparkly in the head? I feel out of breath. A bit of a cardio workout for me. Let's keep squeezing into the block, shall we? Getting tall, feeling in. Letting the heart rate go back to normal. Soften the jaw. Okay, we'll set the block aside for now. I'm going to do a balancing pose, and then we'll switch it up from there. So let's just work through the feet a couple times. Actually, wait, I forgot. Rewind the tape. Put the block back between your calves. Sorry, everybody. I totally forgot I wanted to do this. Before we move on, I want to do some toe lifts. So we're squeezing the block. Let's tighten up our glute muscles. Shoulders down and back. Let's inhale to send up the heels. Exhale down. Inhale, up in the toes we go. Exhale down, going as slowly as possible. Notice the wobble. Notice your body's adjustment. Its attempts to stay stable. The more we squeeze into the block, into our glutes, the more stable we'll feel. So let's do 5 more of these. Great for our foot and ankle function. becomes 3 in my world. And 2. And 1. Whoop. Okay, now I'll take the block out, set it aside, but not too far away. And just one more little focus on our feet. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can press down your second, third, fourth, and fifth toes. I lost count of my toes there. And bring the great toes up. So it's like we're doing this, like with the thumbs with the big toes up. We're pressing down. Okay, I just did thumbs up and I'm getting all kinds of fireworks on the screen here. Isn't that funny how Zoom works? Now let's press the big toes down. Bring your other toes up. Press the 4 toes down, 8 toes actually. Send up the great toes. Want to see some fireworks again? How did I do that? I did something and went all fireworks. Whoop-de-doo. There they are. Woohoo! Ha-ha! Good toe work, everybody. We got fireworks happening. And a thumbs up. We must be doing something right. I'm not sure I'm liking this artificial intelligence on Zoom. Okay, now I want to do the standing balance. We're going to get ready to load our weight onto our right foot. I've got my left ready because I'm mirroring you here. Let's take a couple little bends in the knee, press into those toes, make sure that knee's going to be unlocked, right? And that foot on the floor, we're always dialing it out, away from center for stability, to light up our fascial lines and activate our tissues. And then we'll take your left leg up to a bent knee. Let's press down with our hands onto that femur bone, that thigh bone, to get nice and stable. Breathing. Now taking your right hand to the outside of that leg. Let's press the outer aspect of the knee capsule into the hand. Resist with the hand. Your right hand. Then your left hand, we'll simply sweep it behind us, open it up. Let's stand really tall in that standing leg. And then take your gaze back to that hand behind you. Getting tall. Press down into that standing foot. Stay tall in that hip of that standing leg. We're challenging our balance by bringing this gaze, moving our gaze. Because we're nice and stable, we're pressing into that hand with the outer aspect of the knee. Feel how that stability works. Could you just stay here all day? We're breathing, we're smiling. Let's take 3 more breaths. Then slowly peel out of that, lower that foot to the floor. Didn't that feel cool? We'll take the other side. Let's get the other side ready. Shake it out a little bit. Let's get that foot and leg ready to load with our weight. I like to bend the knees a couple times. Check that the toes are recruited. They're on board. They're engaged. Let's dial the foot on the floor away from center. Screw it into the floor, bringing your right knee up to a bend. Hands on the femur bone that's pressed down to get beautiful and tall. Okay, let's take your left hand to the outside of that right lifted knee. Press your hand into the knee, knee into the hand, and invite the other arm to float behind you. And then when you're ready, we'll take the gaze to that hand. So we stay centered forward. We're not turning our pelvis. We're staying centered to your phone, your computer, whatever you're using here, in front of your room. We're twisting through our torso. These are our spiral fascial lines of the body. Therefore, dynamic stability to keep us stable through movement, twisting, rotation. 3 more breaths. And let's release that. Very nice, everybody. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to do something, first just some transition exercises. So let's take the weight onto your left foot and the right foot just a step back. Pressing through that foot. We're going to step frontward and back. Inhale, step on your front foot, take your weight there, tap your right toe to the front foot, step back with the right foot. So we're just going back and forth. This is working on our transitions. We do transitions all day long from one position to the next, from a chair to standing, in turns and twists. We turn, take a step, in different direction. These are all transitions. It's actually very, very, very beneficial to practice them, being in total control. What's happening with our weight distribution? Is the front foot rooted? Is it dialing out? Do the joints feel stable as we do this? Let's do 3 more of these toe taps forward. We're tall, of course. We're breathing. Just taking the weight on the front foot, tapping that toe forward. 1 more. And this time we take the step back. Let's keep it tucking the toe and take the knee down to a bend. So we have some right angles happening here. Front knee's over the heel and ankle. The back is straight and kind of well, it would be a right angle if we put the foot down, I guess. Pretty right angle, a little short of it. Let's press down with our hands onto that femur bone to get really tall. And then take the hands to the back of the head, interlace the fingers back there. Press your head into your hands into your head, tuck your chin, and let's pull your front foot back and your back foot into the core. So gathering everything in to center. We're breathing. Pull, 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 gather, gather, gather. Nice. Release the hands and inhale all the way up. Take your gaze there as well. Hands meeting. And we'll take a twist. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Into a twist. Press into your front foot. And now from here, press into the toes of your right foot to straighten your back leg. Now we're in a twist, twisted lunge. Press your front foot down so the hips rise. Keep breathing. Press into your back toes. Very nice. 3 more breaths. Keep pressing that front foot down so your hips rise. Super duper. Last breath. Let's come back to our front and step onto the front foot. Big step forward. We did it. I'm going to turn around, face the other way. We'll do the other side. Getting ready for those step backs, those transitions. We load the weight onto the right foot first. Let's get that foot ready to load. Make sure those toes are rooted. The foot's dialing out, knee unlocked. Take a step back with your left foot, sharing the weight between both feet. Weight back of the front foot to tap the left foot forward and step back with the left. Share the weight. Load weight onto right foot, tap the left foot back, share the weight. Getting as smooth and controlled as we can. Let's stay tall. Keep breathing. And notice into this. Notice any wobbling that's going on. Your nervous system trying to figure out what the heck we're doing here. We'll take 1 more after this one. And we'll keep that foot behind us with a tucked toe. And we'll take a bend with that back knee. Keep the tuck in the toe. We have our nice zigzag right angles happening. Let's press down onto that femur with those hands getting tall. This time we'll switch it up. Let's take the hands above our head, interlace fingers, press palm to the ceiling, try to pull the hands apart and gather everything in to center. Pull the right front foot forward, pull the left back foot in, tuck everything in, pull the hands apart, tuck your chin, pull, 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 gather, gather, gather. 2 more breaths. We're very active here. Nice. Let's release. Take hands upward. Big reach upward. Hands together. Take a twist to your right side. Left elbow goes to the outside of your right knee into a twist. And then press into the back toes to get a lift from that back leg. Press into the toes of the back foot. Press into the front foot, the right foot. Press down to float the hip up. Keep breathing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And now we'll take hands to earth and we'll step the front foot back to the left foot to join the left, and let's pedal through the feet here. Pedal, pedal. Maybe even going right on the top of your foot. Let's work through the whole foot here. Feels kind of great to go up on the toenail side of the foot and press that top of the foot into the mat. Now press into your toes as the other foot presses down. One more each side. Then both toes tucked, downward facing dog. Send up your hips, flatten between the shoulder blades, press your hands to the front end of the mat. And breathe. Let's bring some nose side to side. Inhale. Exhale, take your nose to your left elbow. Inhale, nose center. Exhale, other elbow. Inhale, center. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow. Very nice. From here, let's take our weight over our hands into a high plank. Press your hands away from the earth. So the shoulders lift away from the earth. Finger pads are wide. They're pressing down. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Back to high plank. Shoulders over hands. Press hands firmly. So we're really rising up away from the mat. Try to pull your feet apart. Your toes are on the mat. Try to pull your feet apart. Back to down dog. We'll do that one more time to high plank. Unlock your elbows. Press your hands down. Finger pads are wide. Try to pull your feet apart. Your toes apart that are on the mat. Be able to try side plank. Options here. If side plank is too strong, we can bend, let's say, your right knee first, right hand's planted, and float the left arm up to a version of side plank, like a gate pose. If you like a little more challenge and your body's tissues are ready for this, we can step the right foot through, bring the left hand up, right hand's pressing into the mat. So your version of your side plank. Keep breathing and smiling. Now let's everybody bend that knee. Come back around to a tabletop. Find a child's pose. Take your hips back, forehead to the earth. Hands can be forward or they can be behind your back. Just breathing here. Very nice. Let's come on back up. Tuck our toes. Find a downward facing dog by sending up your hips. Hands reaching to the front end of the mat. Press into your toes. Flatten between your shoulder blades. And now back to our high plank. Shoulders over hands. Press your hands down. So the last thing we're doing is letting our torso sink down. Hands are pressing, the shoulders drop away from the ears. Options here, we can bend that left knee, root into the left hand, and send the right hand up for side plank with knee down, gate pose on our second side. If you want that extra challenge, we step through that left foot, plant the left hand, send the right hand up, and breathe. Let's get some strong fingers firing up to the heavens here. Keep pressing the hand on the mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 2 more breaths. And let's lower down. Take the knees down. Child's pose. Knees wide or closer together, forehead to the earth. Coming up on our knees, let's put the top of the head right down on the mat. It's called rabbit pose. Try to keep my necklace out of my nose. The hands are just on the floor, either side of my head. Put the top of the head right on the mat. Let's press the hands down, dial the hands up, Feel the elbows tuck in as we press down, dial the hands up. Breathing in the back and belly. Nice. Let's slowly come up. Find our tabletop position with hands under shoulders. A little mini adjustment here. Wag your tail side to side. Now settling into our middle, organizing shoulders over hands, knees under hips, finger pads wide, press hands down, dial the hands away from each other. Feel the tension being distributed, redistributed. When you press the finger pads down, the tension travels through the palms of the hands. You feel that, the base of the fingers, palm of the hand, wraps around the wrist. The elbows tuck in automatically. We're kind of bathing our elbows and wrists in this fascial, this net of fascial stimulation and activation. And it travels right up through the shoulders and down the back. So feeling into that possibility. Do you feel your core turning on? This hand to core activation. What if we pressed our shoelaces down? Would you feel it differently now? Keep pressing the hands down so shoulders drop away from the ears. We want a little more challenge. The knees can float up off the mat. Breathing. Keep pressing your hands down. Elbows always that little micro bend. Breathing. One more breath. Lower the knees. Inhale, send up the heart, send up the sacrum. Exhale, round the spine, tuck your tail. Cat, cow. Inhale, up comes the heart. Keep pressing the hands, dial them out. Exhale, round the spine, tuck your tail. 2 more in your own time. Very nice. Let's weight onto the right hand. Take the left hand to a handshake. Right foot to a toenail. We did this last week, I think. Imagine a string on the back of your heel. Someone's pulling the heel up. Just going to stay in this bird dog pose for 5 breaths. Keep your right hand rooted down. Dial the hand away from center. Unlock your elbow. Lift that heel. Reach the left hand forward. Long, long, long. Keep breathing. One more breath. It will lower that right knee. Slide left hand through. Palm up. Thread the needle. Breathing that left hand through. Let's plant it. Root it down. Taking the right hand to a handshake in front of you. Left foot to a toenail. Lift that left heel up. It's getting pulled on a string. The right hand is rooted. The fingers are planted. They're dialing out. Elbows tucking in. We're long. We're extended. We're activated. We're reaching. The heel is floating skyward. Hands reaching forward for 5 counts. And 2. And 1. Lower that left knee, slide right hand palm up through that gateway. Shoulder head to earth. Thread the needle. One more breath that will invite that hand to slide back through. Let's plant it. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. One more time. Up goes the sacrum. Flat between the shoulder blades. Let's try to rip the mat apart. Press those hands forward. Unlock your elbows. Press your heels to the earth. Keep breathing. And now walking the feet towards the hands. Walk, walk, walk. Nice bend of the knees, please. A forward fold. If your block is handy, it could be a landing pad for your hands if you wish. Generous bend in the knees. Neck is really relaxed here. Press into the floor with all 10 toes. Dial feet and knees away from each other. Press the feet down. Feel into the back of the legs, the hamstrings, your sacrum. Keep the knees generously bent. Left hand on the floor under your nose or on a block. Right hand coming to your right hip for a twist. Maybe the hand floats up. Press into your feet, dial them out. Change hands, right hand to your block or to the floor, left hand to your hip. Twist other side. Maybe arm floats up. Keep your knees nicely bent. Takes the pressure off your superficial back line. We don't want that extra pulling and tension in your hamstrings. Let's take that hand down. Arms, hands back by the hips. Palms facing each other. We'll power up on 3, which means we're just going to bring hands forward to standing. 1, 2, 3. Up we come. Inhale. Exhale down. If you haven't done so yet, grab a drink. I will too. Keep one block handy, and let's step to the front of our mats. And we'll take whatever leg is facing your camera. We'll take that foot back and turn the toe towards your camera, phone, computer, whatever you're using. Let's take a bend in that front knee, taking that knee over the heel of that foot. Pressing into both feet here. Let's actually bend the knees a couple of times. Make sure we can bend those knees. They were designed to bend, so let's make sure we keep that possibility of movement. We're never locking the knees. Let's find that warrior 2 position. Wiggling into place here. Just to check a little stability test, left hand, the outside of your left kneecap. As you press the left big toe down, let's press the outer aspect of that knee into the hand. Stay tall. So this just really lights things up and prevents any possibility of that knee collapsing inwards to make us unstable. So again, it's like we're pressing, when we do these warrior sequences, we're pressing into the outer aspect of that knee. Okay, we have that nicely stabilized. Let's open up our wings, palms to earth. Look over that middle finger of the front hand. Let's inhale to get long. Exhale, bend that front elbow. Let's come across into our side angle. Breathing. Inhale back to warrior 2. Exhale, take your exalted or reverse warrior. Hand slides down the leg or can wrap around your waist. Gaze upwards. Press into your feet. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale and exhale. We'll do a few of these flowy things after all those holds, those isometric contractions and holding patterns, which are so strengthening and so stabilizing. Now we're using that stability that we're working on to move. Things are a little more challenging when we move. How do we get stability? Press into those feet, dial them out. Feel the root of the floor, the earth beneath you. We'll do one more of these flowy warrior sequences, and we'll meet in a warrior 2. Palms to the earth. Straighten front leg, reach with the front hand, turn palms toward your device. Let's tip over. Find your block. Hopefully it's within reach. We'll put the block in front of, or you can experiment with it behind that foot. That's a fun thing to try. Taking the other hand all the way up, strong, powerful fingers, gaze rising to that lifted hand. Press into your feet. Triangle pose. This is a fun sequence to do against a wall. I don't really have that option here in my little space. Some yoga studios, one I teach at does, one has limited space, but when I do get to do it with people against the wall gives so much stability. So if you have the possibility to practice this against a wall, we can press the body into the wall, press the back of your hand into the wall. It's really quite wonderful. Feels so stable. Now our hands on the block, we'll lower that right hand down. We'll put the block in front of the left foot. Hope I stay on camera here. I'm not, so I'm going to move. And we'll lift that right leg back up to where it feels like comfortable, doable. Doesn't matter how high it goes. This is your half moon pose. Explore with it. If you have the wall to work with, that's a beautiful thing. Maybe the arm will reach up. If the wall is there, you can press the back of your hand into the wall and you can play with your gaze. It's more challenging. I'm falling out of it. More challenging if we, I totally fell out of it. More challenging if we play with our gaze. I guess I was playing too much with my gaze. I fell out of the pose. So what do? I go back in, get back on the horse. When we move our gaze, it challenges our balance. So kind of a fun game to play. See if you can move your gaze around. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Then we'll slowly come down. Oh yeah. We'll set up for the other side. So the block goes on the floor. I'm gonna need it, right? We could start by facing the other way. Why don't we do that? The leg that's facing your camera, the other leg from before. We'll take that step back, turn that foot towards your screen, and we're finding that right angle in that front knee. Right? Let's bend a couple times. See how that feels. Pressing into the feet. And then finding that position again, the back leg straight but not locked. Well, the right hand, let's do that stability test. Place it the outside of that right kneecap. As you press the right big toe down, press into that hand a little bit with the outer aspect of that knee. Feel into that. Does it make you feel more stable? And then releasing it, keeping that feeling. Open up our wings, palms down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend that front elbow. Let's take our side angle across. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse or exalted warrior. Inhale and exhale. Finding your own rhythm here, using the breath, moving with the breath. And keep inviting the outside of that right knee to press into where your hand was. Press into the outer aspect of that knee, keeping that big toe firmly rooted. Let's do 2 more of these. I kind of lost count. Let my body do the counting. Breathing, fluid. And we'll meet in our warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, reach with your front hand, turn your palms to the screen, and we'll tip over, find your block. It can go in front of your leg. I invite you to try it tonight on the outside of your leg, hands on the block, and a lifted hand is really strong fingers. Let's look up with that hand. Legs are straight, but the knees are not locked. We're breathing. You know, a Trikonasana, our triangle pose. And smiling and breathing. 1 more breath. Then we'll lower that lifted hand. The block in your right hand, let's place it in front of that foot. I'm just going to shift a little bit here so I stay on screen. Put the block in front of your foot, hand on the hip perhaps, and trying to send that leg up. Maybe the hand rises as well into your version of half moon. Half moon can be lots of things. It can be lifted like this, hand can be down, leg can be lower. And if you want an extra challenge, play with your gaze. Take your gaze forward, maybe even up. Keep lifting that back leg, reaching with strong fingers skyward, pressing into the standing foot and leg. Breathing. 1 more breath. And slowly come down. Good job, everybody. Oh, let's take a wide stance and swing our arms side to side. Maybe some chest thumps. To stimulate our thymus gland. Bend your knees. 3 more. And 2. And 1. Okay, let's head down the mat on our backs. Keep your block handy. I'm just looking at something here. Alrighty, Let's head down. Let's put the block under our sacrum. Knees stay bent, block pops underneath, and lower your sacrum onto the block. Let's karate chop our hands. Thumb sticking up, press the sides of your hands into the mat. Press your arms and shoulders. Press your feet. Now try to push the feet away from the block. Push them away, and maybe send up the hips. See if that's an option to send up the hips. Keep pressing feet away from the block. Feel your hips rise. Keep pressing your hands down. Thumb sticking up. Press arms and shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, lower your hips back to the block. I'm going to do that again. Just need to adjust my block here. Okay, let's press the feet down. Karate chop your hands. Stick your thumbs straight up. Press your hands, arms, shoulders. Press your feet away from the block. Press, press, press. And up come the hips. Breathe. Beautiful bridge pose. One more breath. And we'll lower the hips down. Let's bring the knees up to a bend. So your shin bones are perpendicular. I'm sorry, not perpendicular, parallel to the ceiling. We're going to inhale. Exhale, bring your right toe down just to tap on the mat. It's going to bounce, go boing, and we'll inhale it back up. Exhale, left foot down to bounce off the mat, boing, and inhale it up. Keep your hands pressing for stability. Exhale, that right toe down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're just going side to side. Feel into this. Feel into your core muscles that are working. We're going excruciatingly slow. So we really feel every stroke of the brush. Getting the most benefit from this. Now let's try. If this doesn't feel good, stay with the single toes, but let's see how it would feel to do both toes together. Inhale them up. Exhale them down. If this is too strong, keep alternating. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. We'll do one more. Inhale up. Let's send the feet all the way up for a waterfall pose. Straight up to the ceiling. Let's play with our feet. Send up the toes. Inhale. Exhale, toes to nose. Inhale up. Exhale. Two more times. And now let's alternate. One foot flexing, one foot pointing. Now we'll circle the ankles. Opposite directions. And change to go the other way. Now one more thing here. Let's try to separate the toes. Really spread them out so you can see daylight between all your toes. Press your big toes away from you. Pull your 8 toes towards you. Switch it up. Pull your big toes toward you. Press your 8 toes away. Big toes away. 8 toes towards you. See the daylight in between if you can. Big toes towards you. 8 toes away. Nice. Let's bend the knees. Let your hands find your heels, ankles, inside the feet into a supported version of Happy Baby. Lots of options here. Have fun with this. We can rock side to side. We can keep the legs wide. They can come to the midline. We can bend them and straighten them. Just whatever feels really lovely, getting into some corners here. The head can move. Why not? Just explore this, make it your own. And eventually, we'll lower the feet gently to the floor, carefully remove that block, and let our sacrum, our torso, lower to the mat. Let's bring our knees in for a hug. Breathe in. Let's open up our wings, palm upward. Inhale, exhale, take your knees right, your gaze to the left hand. Take your gaze, keep it at the left hand. We'll inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand up over your head. Follow with your gaze, hand meeting hands. You're kind of rolling onto your right side. Inhale, that left hand up and over again, swooping it all the way to open on the other side. Exhale, sweep that hand across, up and over, hand meeting hand. Gaze following the movement. 2 more times. Arms sweeping up and over. Inhale, like a fan. Exhale, hand sweeping back. 1 more time, we'll inhale. Let's keep arms open here. Now inhale your knees up and over the top. Exhale them to your left side. Take your gaze right to that right extended hand. Now inhale that right hand up and over the top. Exhale as a hand meets hand. Our gaze following. So kind of rolling onto our side here. Inhaling up, over, back onto our back as our gaze goes to the right hand. Exhale, sweep that hand up and over like you're closing a fan. 2 more times. Inhale, come unwinding things now. And 1 more time. We'll take both hands open. Let's stretch our legs long, hands overhead, a beautiful head to toe stretch. Organic movements here if you want it, like a first thing in the morning, reach one hand and the other, your head moving. Just some beautiful intuitive movements here as we get ready to settle into our Shavasana. If you want to stop the recording and go grab a blanket, a pillow, turn down your lights, light a candle, whatever you'd like to do to set yourself up for a beautiful, comfortable, soothing, nourishing Shavasana. Go take care of yourself and come back when you're ready. In whatever position is most nourishing for you to spend these last few beautiful moments together. Tap into life's energy. Life is not something separate or apart from you, as you may have once believed. There's a power, a life force that moves, guides, directs, and inspires you. You are one with life, with life's energy. Do things that energize you. Charge your soul. Soak up the sun. Soak up color. Soak up beautiful sounds. Immerse yourself in nature, in a world that refreshes, restores, and renews. Don't worry about the task or the day that looms ahead, the work and love and play, the problems and choices that are on the way. If you energize yourself, restore yourself, the power to take action will come naturally, like water from a spring. Look around. What do you see that feels right to do? Which direction do you see as the right way to go? Trust the smallest glimmer. Give in to the urge, to the guidance that is there. Do it once. Do it again. Soon you will find yourself in harmony. You'll have all the guidance, energy, ideas, creativity, power, and ability you need to do all you're meant to do. And you will be given the power to enjoy it. I will leave you here. Take as much time as you wish in your Shavasana. Come out of it in your own time, in your own way. And I would like to share once again my gratitude with you for sharing this practice, for inviting me to be your guide, trusting me, trusting your body to try new things, and trusting your body to give you the information, the messages of just how much is the right amount. And when it's time to make a change, take a rest, take a pause, go a little deeper. So thank you, body, spirit, soul, for this mind-body connection that is so invaluable. It enriches and empowers and touches every aspect of our lives. So thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me, this journey to the heart. Journey to the Heart, this book is called. Journey into our tissues, our bodies, our deep intuitive wisdom, our souls. See you next time, same channel, same link, and many blessings. Go with joy, go with love. Bye-bye.